If you expect the world to be fair to you because you are fair, you're fooling yourself. That's like expecting the lion not to eat you because you didn't eat him. Do it now. Sometimes later become never. Only you can turn your dreams into reality. Remember, difficult doesn't mean impossible. Your mind has to be stronger than your feelings. Let me teach you 5 ways to observe people correctly. Are you ready? Good. Number 1. If they constantly criticize, they are insecure about themselves. Number 2. If their posture is weak, they are mentally weak. Number 3. If they try to be overly strong, they are trying to cover their weak mentality. Number 4. If they are overly nice, they are weak people pleasers. Number 5. If they talk, walk, and act like everyone else. NPC. I have learned that if you stay in your comfort zone, that's why you will fail. You will fail in your comfort zone. Success is not a comfortable procedure. It is a very uncomfortable thing to attempt. So you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable. If you ever want to be successful, start putting some pressure on. Put some pressure on yourself. Discipline leads to habits. Habits lead to consistency. Consistency leads to growth. If you spend your time chasing butterflies, they will fly away. But if you spend your time making your garden beautiful, the butterflies will come to you. I'll teach you 5 cheat codes I wish I knew years ago. Number 1. Who you choose as your partner will determine your level of peace, wealth, and happiness. Number 2. You can only get stronger when you face problems in life. So embrace the struggle. Number 3. You will never be as young as you are now. Do what you feel you are meant to do. Number 4. Your perception is reality. If you want a better reality, change your perception. Number 5. Your best decisions come from stillness. Stillness is amplified in nature and meditation. Today, I want to talk about maturity and the power that comes with it. Maturity is not just about growing older, it's about growing wiser. It's about having the power to destroy those who have done you wrong but choosing not to. It's about holding yourself to a higher standard and not lowering your vibe by engaging in negativity. It takes real strength to rise above the fray and not succumb to hatred's call. The true mark of maturity is having the wisdom to know that revenge will only bring pain. So, instead of seeking revenge, choose to let life take its course and rise above the hurt and disdain. Remember, you have the power to choose compassion and empathy. Letting life take care of those who have wronged you is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of maturity. So let them fall like rotten fruit, and let their own actions be their downfall. In the end, it's not about what happens to us, it's about how we choose to react to it. So choose wisely and always rise above the fray. Today is your lucky day. Let me reveal to you 4 unspoken rules that will make you dangerous. Rule number 1. Accept what is outside your control, do not respond to it. Rule number 2. When you smile, use your eyes, not your lips. Rule number 3. Talking slower is a sign of confidence in what you are saying. Rule number 4. Walk with your shoulders back, and always with good posture. Let me tell you something. Some people will learn how to appreciate you by losing you. Go where you are celebrated, not tolerated. If people treat you like an option, leave them like a choice. You are worth being loved and adored. Respect the old when you are young. Help the weak when you are strong. Confess your sin when you are wrong. Because one day, you will be old, weak, and wrong. My mentor once told me that nothing can destroy iron. Only its own rust can. Likewise, nothing can destroy you. Only your own mindset can. I will give you 5 powerful pieces of advice about life. Number 1. Falling down is an accident, but staying down isn't. Number 2. It doesn't get easier. You get better. Number 3. If you are scared of doing it, do it scared. Number 4. The smarter you get, the less you speak. Number 5. Don't finish when you are tired. Finish when you are done.
Before you argue with someone, ask yourself, is that person even mentally mature enough to grasp the concept of different perspectives? Because if not, there's absolutely no point. Never argue with an idiot. They will drag you down to their level and crush you with experience.
3 fundamental rules of life. Number 1. Never fear anyone. Number 2. Never trust anyone. Number 3. Never depend on anyone. Believe in yourself. Your time will come. Someone graduated at 20, but waited 5 years to get a good job. Someone had no education, but was a millionaire at 20. Someone got married at 22, but divorced 5 years later. Someone got married at 35, but found everlasting love. You are not late. You are not early. You are on time. Your time will come. Just focus on your dream. Your decision will change your destiny. A satisfied life is better than a successful life, because our success is measured by others, but our satisfaction is measured by our mind and heart. I believe that everything happens for a reason. People change so that we can learn to let go. Things go wrong, so we appreciate them when they're right. So I believe that every bad thing happens so that good things will fall together. It's sad how people claim to love and care, yet they replace you so quickly. So don't be too comfortable. You can be replaced. No matter how good you are, you can be replaced. But the real truth is that there will always be someone to take your place, but no one can replace you. Don't blame yourself if this happens. Number 3 can change your life. Number 1. Don't feel sad if someone ignores you. People usually ignore expensive things and go for the cheap ones. Number 2. Nothing is permanent. Everyone comes for a particular period of time. So enjoy that phase of life and move on. Number 3. If you're born into a poor family, it means God gives you a chance to make your family rich. Please be consistent, so you can make it happen. Number 4. Sacrifice. You can't achieve anything in life without sacrifice. Sacrifice is a part of life. It's not something to regret.
Nobody on earth can ever love you more than your parents. So be sure to spend time with them while you can. Because one day, when you look up from your busy life, they won't be there anymore. Remember, we only realize the true value of a moment when everything is already a memory.
I wish I knew this when I was young. The biggest mistakes comes from too much talking. When you build in silence, people don't know what to attack. Never assume that loud is strong, and silence is weak. It is the lion's silence that signals danger, not his roar. So be more silent. Only speak when it's time to say, checkmate.
Listen to this, and it will take you far in life. Always be silent in these 5 situations. Number 1. When someone is criticizing others, be silent. Don't be a part of such negativity. Number 2. When someone shouts in anger, pacify them by keeping quiet. Number 3. When you're angry, be silent and don't act in anger. Number 4. When you are doubtful of your thought, be silent. Number 5. When you don't have anything to say, then keep silent. Learn to be silent, and always remember that everything in life has a purpose. I'll teach you 4 life lessons today. Always remember them. Number 1. When you become great, everything about you become everybody's business. And it can be a burden. Because great power comes great responsibility. Number 2. Don't believe what you hear. There are always 3 sides of a story. Yours, theirs, and the truth. Number 3. A lot of problem in the world will disappear if we talk to each other instead of about each other. Number 4. Everything in life is reflection of choice you have made. If you want a different result, make different choice. All the power on earth can't change destiny. Some destinations take longer to reach than others. If you are trying your best every day, even though you are struggling to make it to the next, remind yourself to stay strong. Believe in yourself. You are going to make it. Here are my 5 best pieces of advice about life. Take a pen and write. Number 1. Don't wait for someone to love you. Learn to love yourself first, and you'll be okay. Number 2. Learn to be alone and independent. It's a skill few master. Number 3. Listen to your parents' advice. At the end of the day, they are the only ones who want the best for you. Number 4. Choose your friends wisely, as you are the product of your environment. Number 5. Save money every week. It doesn't matter how much. Just save. If you are serious about changing your life, you will find a way. If not, you will find an excuse. Remember, excuses make today easier but tomorrow harder. Discipline makes today harder but tomorrow easier. The wise man knows he knows nothing. The fool thinks he knows all. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. The only true wisdom is knowing you know nothing. The more you know, the more you realize how much you don't know. I asked an artist, "How do you make such beautiful things from stone?" He replied, "Beauty is already hidden there. I just remove the extra stone. Your happiness is hidden within you. Just remove your worries."
Better days are coming. Be patient. No regrets in life, just lessons learned.
Self-control is strength. Calmness is mastery. You have to get to a point where your mood doesn't shift based on the insignificant actions of someone else. Don't allow others to control the direction of your life, and don't allow your emotions to overpower your intelligence.
Life is a precious gift, and it's up to us to make the most of it. Every moment is an opportunity to learn, grow, and make a positive impact on the world around us. Embrace challenges, cherish relationships, and never stop striving to be the best version of yourself. Remember, the only limit to what you can achieve is the limit you set for yourself. So dream big, work hard, and never give up on your goals. The world needs your unique talents and perspective. So go out there and make a difference. This took me 5 years to learn. I will teach it to you in less than 60 seconds. Here are 5 rules about life. Number 1. Don't compare. The only person you should try to beat is the person you were yesterday. Number 2. Ignore them. Don't listen to other people, live a life that's empowered to you. Number 3. Let it go. Never ruin a good day by thinking about the bad yesterday. Number 4. Stay calm. It's okay not to have everything figured out, know that in time you'll get there. Number 5. It's on you. Only you are in charge of your happiness. I'm over 50 years old and I have no day to waste in this life. I will teach you 3 powerful life principles in less than a minute. Number 1. Throw away or sell everything you have not used for 1 year, except your books and a suit for funerals. Number 2. Create a good daily routine and stick to it. Number 3. Stay away from small conflicts, even if you lose a bit of money. Only pick battle for things that will still matter for 4 years. I will teach you 6 powerful lessons that gave me a lot of pain and damage. I learned it the hard way. Number 1. Tell no one about your plan. Level up in private. Number 2. If you want to be happy, always have 0 expectations of others. Number 3. Take care of your body. Remember, health is another form of wealth. Number 4. You will not be young forever. Do what makes you happy every day. Number 5. Normalize working some paths alone, because goals are personal. Number 6. Don't waste your energy on fear. Use your energy to believe, learn, create, and grow. Do you want discipline? I give you some rules. Take a pen and write. Number 1. Start your day with a small ritual, like 10 push-ups. Then the day will start for you. Number 2. Understand, self-discipline is freedom and power in one. Number 3. Analyze your temptations. Is it alcohol, drugs, or social media? Remove the temptation to build discipline. Out of sight, out of mind. Number 4. Plan small steps, not big steps. If you have 2 big goals and cannot achieve, you have nothing. and you killed your discipline. Number 5. Be humble. You're not special, you're not the king of the world, and you're not privileged. Humbleness, discipline, and willpower are different sides of one coin. Life is grim. Be honorable.
An elephant and a dog became pregnant at the same time. 3 months down the line, the dog gave birth to 6 puppies. 6 months later, the dog was pregnant again, and 9 months on it gave birth to another dozen puppies. The pattern continued. On the 18th month, the dog approached the elephant questioning, "Are you sure that you are pregnant? We became pregnant on the same date. I have given birth 3 times to a dozen puppies, and they are now grown to become big dogs, yet you are still pregnant. What's going on?" The elephant replied, "There is something I want you to understand. What I am carrying is not a puppy but an elephant. I only give birth to one in 2 years. When my baby hits the ground, the earth feels it. When my baby crosses the road, human beings stop and watch in admiration. What I carry draws attention. So what I'm carrying is mighty and great. Don't lose faith when you see others receive answers to their prayers in what seems like record time. Don't be envious of others' testimony. If you haven't received your own blessings, don't despair. Say to yourself, my time is coming, and when it hits the surface of the earth, people shall yield in admiration. Do not compare your journey to anyone else's."
A person asked a question to his guru. "My workers are not true to me. My children, my wife, and the entire world is very selfish. Nobody is correct." Guru smiled and told a story. In one small village there was a room with 1,000 mirrors. One small girl used to go inside and play. Seeing thousands of children around her, she was joyful. She would clap her hands, and all the 1,000 children would clap back at her. She considered this place as the world's happiest and beautiful place, and would visit often. This same place was once visited by a sad and a depressed person. He saw around him thousands of angry men staring at him. He got scared and raised his hands to hit them, and in return 1,000 hands lifted to hit him back. He thought, "This is the worst place in the world," and left that place. This world is also a room with 1,000 mirrors around you. What we let out of us is what the universe will give back to us. This world is a heaven or hell. It's up to us what we make out of it, said the Guru. The moral lesson of the story is that our perception of the world around us is shaped by our own thoughts and actions. If we spread positivity and kindness, we will receive the same in return. But if we spread negativity and hatred, we will receive the same in return. Therefore, it is important to focus on our own actions and thoughts, and strive to make the world a better place through our own positive contributions.
One day, a rich man gave a basket full of rotten food to a poor man. The poor man smiled and left the palace with the basket, emptied the basket of its content and cleaned it, put beautiful flowers in it and returned it to the palace and gave it to the rich man. The rich man was surprised and asked the poor man, "Why? I gave you a basket full of rotten things and you bring it back filled with beautiful flowers." The poor man replied, "The king, every human being gives what is in his heart. What is inside you is what you give out. Be kind always."
This is a story about overcoming obstacles. One day a farmer's donkey fell down into a well. The animal cried piteously for hours as the farmer tried to figure out what to do. Finally, he decided the animal was old, and the well needed to be covered up anyway. It just wasn't worth it to retrieve the donkey. He invited all of his neighbors to come over and help him. They all grabbed a shovel and began to shovel dirt into the well. At first, the donkey realized what was happening and cried horribly. Then, to everyone's amazement, he quieted down. A few shovel loads later, the farmer finally looked down the well. He was astonished at what he saw. With each shovel of dirt that hit his back, the donkey was doing something amazing. He would shake it off and take a step up. As the farmer's neighbors continued to shovel dirt on top of the animal, he would shake it off and take a step up. Pretty soon, everyone was amazed as the donkey stepped up over the edge of the well and happily trotted off. Life is going to shovel dirt on you, all kinds of dirt. The trick to getting out of the well is to shake it off and take a step up. Each of our troubles is a stepping stone. We can get out of the deepest wells just by not stopping, never giving up. Shake it off and take a step up.
I'll teach you 4 powerful life principles in less than a minute. Number 4 will humble you. Number 1. Death is not the greatest loss in life. The greatest loss is when we're already dead, while we are still alive. If you don't have goals and dreams to pursue, then the only difference between you and a dead person is that you are moving. Number 2. Take care of your body. It is the only place you have to live. Number 3. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Number 4. Learn to leave the table when respect is no longer being served.
Monkey said to the tiger, "The grass is blue." The tiger replied, "No, the grass is green." The discussion heated up, and the two decided to went before the lion, the king of the jungle. The donkey began to shout, "Your Highness, is it true that the grass is blue?" The lion replied, "True, the grass is blue." The donkey continued, "The tiger disagrees with me and contradicts and annoys me. Please punish him." The king then declared, "The tiger will be punished with 5 years of silence." The donkey jumped cheerfully and went on his way. The tiger accepted his punishment, but before he asked the lion, "Your Majesty, why have you punished me? After all, the grass is green." The lion replied, "In fact, the grass is green." The tiger asked, "So why are you punishing me?" The lion replied, "That has nothing to do with the question of whether the grass is blue or green. The punishment is because it is not possible for a brave and intelligent creature like you to waste time arguing with a donkey, and on top of that come and bother me with that question. The worst waste of time is arguing with the fool and fanatic who does not care about truth or reality, but only the victory of his beliefs and illusions. There are people who, no matter how much evidence we present to them, are not in the capacity to understand, and others are blinded by ego, hatred, and resentment, and all they want is to be right even if they are not.
6 hard truths about life you must understand. Number 1. If your absence doesn't bother them, your present never meant anything to them. Number 2. You either sacrifice for the dream, or the dreams become the sacrifice. Number 3. A year from now you'll wish you had started today. Number 4. Motivation gets you started, but habits are what keep you going. Number 5. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Number 6. A supercar has 2 seats, while a big bus has 30. Don't expect everyone in your life to stay along for the ride. Drop a 100% if you read this far. This shows you are part of the 0.01% who actually finish what they start. If you are serious about changing your life, make sure to join our movement by leaving us a follow. 3 fundamental rules of life. Number 1. Never fear anyone. Number 2. Never trust anyone. Number 3. Never depend on anyone. Before you speak, let your words pass through 3 gates. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If today was the last day of your life, how would you change the way you speak? Never speak from a place of anger, hate, jealousy, and insecurity. Evaluate your words before it leaves your lips. So be careful what you say to someone today, because you may not have tomorrow to take it back. 3 things never to share with anyone, and I will give you my reasons. Number 1. The secret of your success. If you reveal your secret of success to anyone, people will try the same thing. But if they fail, they easily blame it on you, that you didn't tell them the right way. Number 2. Don't share your problems. Sharing our problems makes us feel light and less burdened. But some people never try to solve your problems. They may develop the issue. In fact, 20% don't care. 70% are glad you have them. Only 10% care. Number 3. Your dreams. If you already set your goals and dreams, the best thing to do is to keep it to yourself. Remember, every man's point of view is different from others. We can't get the same advice or opinion from others. So never share your problem with those incapable of contributing to the solution.
A man forgot to put his phone on silent, and it rang so loud in the church during preaching. The pastor scolded him. The worshipers admonished him after the sermon for interrupting. His wife kept on lecturing on his carelessness all the way home. His friends and acquaintances shook their heads in disgust. You could see the shame, embarrassment, and humiliation on his face. He never stepped foot in the church again after the service that Sunday. That evening he went to a bar. He was still nervous and trembling. He spilled his drink on the table. The bottle fell by accident and it splashed on some people. Those it touched rushed towards him. He closed his eyes expecting a bashing of words or slaps. Instead, they cared to know if he did get a cut from the broken bottle. The waiter apologized and gave him a napkin to clean himself. The janitor mopped the floor. The female manager offered him a complimentary drink. She also gave him a huge hug and a peck while saying, "Don't worry, man, who doesn't make mistakes?" He has not stopped going to that bar since then. Sometimes our attitude as believers drives souls to hell. We can make a difference by how we treat people, especially when they make mistakes.
Sometimes people ask me why I suddenly become silent when someone talks too much in a crowd. You must understand. There are 3 reasons why I do that. Number 1, my silence doesn't mean I agree with you. It only means your level of stupidity left me speechless. Number 2, I know that a wolf observes in silence, while the sheep flocks together. Number 3, smart people learn from everything and everyone. Average people learn from their experiences. Stupid people already have all the answers, because their mouth is bigger than their 2 ears combined.
True facts about friends. As you grow, your associates will change. Most of your friends will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Friends can stretch visions and choke your dreams. So be careful and know your true friends. Don't break a bird's wings and tell it to fly. Don't see the worst in a person and expect them to see the best in you. Don't judge people and expect them to stand for you. Life is about giving and taking. Don't give good and expect bad. Don't give bad and expect good. What goes around comes around.
When an Indian billionaire was asked in an interview, "Sir, what do you remember when you got the happiest in life?" The billionaire said, "I have gone through 4 stages of happiness in life, and I finally understood the meaning of true happiness. The first stage was to accumulate wealth and resources. But at this stage I didn't get the happiness I wanted. Then came the second stage of collecting valuables and items. But I realized that the effect of this thing is also temporary. Then came the third stage of getting a big project. That was when I had 95% of the diesel supply in India and Africa. But even here I did not get the happiness that I had imagined. The fourth stage was when a friend of mine asked me to buy wheelchairs for some 200 disabled children. At the behest of my friend, I immediately bought the wheelchairs. But the friend insisted that I go with him and hand over the wheelchairs to the children. I gave these children the wheelchairs with my own hands. I saw a strange glow of happiness on the faces of these children. I saw them all sitting in wheelchairs having fun. I felt real happiness inside me. When I decided to leave, one of the kids grabbed my leg. I leaned over and asked the child, "Do you need anything else?"
The answer this kid gave me completely changed my outlook towards life. This child said, "I want to remember your face so that when I meet you in heaven I can recognize you and thank you once again."
7 Truths of Life. Number 1. Nobody is real in this world except Mother. Number 2. A poor person has no friends. Number 3. People do not like good thoughts. They like good looks. Number 4. People respect the money, not the person. Number 5. The person you love the most will hurt you the most. Number 6. Truth is simple, but the moment you try to explain it, it becomes difficult. Number 7. You life 2 things define you. Your patience, when you have nothing, and your attitude, when you have everything.
2 traveling angels stopped to spend the night in the home of a wealthy family. The family was rude and refused to let the angels stay in the mansion's guest room. Instead, the angels were given a small space in the cold basement. As they made their bed on the hard floor, the older angel saw a hole in the wall and repaired it. When the younger angel asked why, the older angel replied, "Things aren't always what they seem." The next night, the pair came to rest at the house of a very poor but very hospitable farmer and his wife. After sharing what little food, the couple let the angels sleep in their bed, where they could have a good night's rest. When the sun came up the next morning, the angels found the farmer and his wife in tears. Their only cow, whose milk had been their sole income, lay dead in the field. The younger angel was infuriated and asked the older angel, "How could you have let this happen? The first man had everything, yet you helped him," younger angel accused. "The second family had little but was willing to share everything, and you let the cow die." "Things aren't always what they seem," the older angel replied. "When we stayed in the basement of the mansion, I noticed there was gold stored in that hole in the wall. Since the owner was so obsessed with greed and unwilling to share his good fortune, I sealed the wall so he wouldn't find it. Then last night, as we slept in the farmer's bed, the angel of death came for his wife. I gave him the cow instead. Things aren't always what they seem." Sometimes that is exactly what happens when things don't turn out the way we think it should. If you have faith, you just need to trust that every outcome is always to your advantage. You might not know it until sometime later. A boy was born to a couple after 11 years of marriage. They were a loving couple, and the boy was the gem of their eyes. When the boy was around 2 years old, one morning the husband saw a medicine bottle open. He was late for office, so he asked his wife to cap the bottle and keep it in the cupboard. His wife, preoccupied in the kitchen, totally forgot about the open medicine bottle. The boy saw the bottle and playfully went to the bottle, fascinated by its color, and drank it all. It happened to be a poisonous medicine meant for adults in small dosages. When the child collapsed, Mother hurried him to the hospital, where he died. The mother was stunned. She was terrified how to face her husband. When the distraught father came to the hospital and saw the dead child, he looked at his wife and uttered just 5 words. The husband just said, "I am with you, darling." The husband's totally unexpected reaction is a proactive behavior. The child is dead. He can never be brought back to life. There is no point in finding fault with the mother. Besides, if only he had taken time to keep the bottle away, this would not have happened. No one is to be blamed. She had also lost her only child. What she needed at that moment was consolation and sympathy from the husband. That is what he gave her. If everyone can look at life with this kind of perspective, there would be much fewer problems in the world. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Take off all your envies, jealousies, unforgiveness, selfishness, and fears, and you will find things are actually not as difficult as you think. Sometimes we spend time in asking who is responsible or whom to blame, whether in a relationship, in a job, or with the people we know. By this way, we miss out some warmth in human relationship.
One cold night, a billionaire met an old poor man outside the rich man's gate. He asked him, "Don't you feel cold being outside without covering yourself with any warm clothing?" The old man replied, "I don't have any warm stuff, but I already got used to that." The billionaire replied, "Wait right there. I will enter my house and bring for you something warm to wear." The poor man got so happy and said, "I will wait for you, sir." The billionaire rushed into his house and got busy there and forgot all about the poor man. In the morning he remembered the poor old man and he rushed out to look for him, but unfortunately he found the poor old man had died out of the cold. Something attracted the rich man's eyes. He looked around and saw a note. It was written by the poor old man, and this is what the note said. "When I didn't have any warm clothes on me, I had the power to fight the cold because I was used to that. But when you promised to help me, I got attached to your promise, and that took my power away. Don't promise anything if you can't keep your promise. It might not mean anything to you, but it could mean everything to someone else. How many people have you killed because of the unfulfilled promises you have ever made in your life?"
Be strong enough to walk away from what is hurting you. Be patient enough to wait for the blessing you deserve. And always remember this. Your current situation is not your final destination. The best is still yet to come.
Upon a time the lion became hungry, and he said to the fox, "Bring me something to eat, or I will eat you." The fox went to a donkey and said, "The lion wants to make you king. Come with me." When the lion saw the donkey, it attacked her, cutting off its ears, but the donkey managed to escape. The donkey said to the fox, "You tricked me. The lion tried to kill me." The fox said, "Don't be silly. He removed your ears to place the crown on your head. Let's go back." It made sense to the donkey, so it went back. The lion attacked the donkey again, this time cutting off its tail. The donkey escaped again, saying to the fox, "You were lying. The lion cut off my tail." The fox said, "He only removed your tail so you can sit comfortably on the throne. Come back with me." The fox convinced the donkey to return again. This time the lion caught the donkey and killed it. The lion said to the fox, "Well done for bringing back the donkey. Now go, skin it for me and bring to me its brains, lung, liver, and heart." The fox skinned the donkey and ate the donkey's brain, but brought back its lung, liver, and heart to the lion. The lion asked, "Where is its brain?" The fox replied, "It had no brains, my king. If it had any brains, it would not have returned to you after you cut its ears and tail." The lion said, "That is very true."
6 rules that changed my life and may change yours. Number 1. Use the money to simplify, not complicate. Too many people seem to use money in ways that create problems, stress, and headaches. Money can be a wonderful tool, but only if you use it to simplify your life, not complicate it. Number 2. Be frugal with yourself and generous with others. Number 3. Always take accountability. Life definitely isn't fear. It's a troubling reality. But instead of wasting energy on every obstacle in your way, focus on what you can control and how you can break through. Stop looking out. Look in. Be accountable. Own your shit. Number 4. Make a decision that your 80 years old self and 10 years old self would be proud of. Your 80 years old self cares about the long-term compounding of the decision of today. Your 10 years old self reminds you to stay foolish and have some fun along the way. Number 5. If you want to improve at anything, do it every day for 30 straight days. My 30 for 30 approach. 30 days. 30 minutes per day. 30 days is a real commitment, but small enough to mentally take it on. 900 minutes of accumulated effort yields surprisingly significant results. Number 6. Move your body every single day. Remember, you were made to move. Daily activities are essential to your health, brain functions, and happiness. No need for a complex regimen. Walk for 30 minutes. Raise your HR for 30 minutes. Mobility work for 5 minutes. Keep it simple.
Does your life suck? Are you suffering? Are you in pain? Good, you are on a good path. Suffering is the only way to the top. Pain is the only way to change. Obstacles are the only way to success. American TV commercial made us believe that everything in this life should be smooth and easy. Counselors and teachers taught us that we should not have aggression and conflicts in life. You have been lied to. Go your way, mate, let it be an honorable way, a way that make your ancestors proud.
Always remember this. Grapes must be crushed to make wine. Diamonds form under pressure. Olives are pressed to release oil. Seeds grow in darkness. So whenever you feel crushed, under pressure, pressed, or in darkness, you're in a powerful place of transformation. Trust the process.
The elderly woman got on a bus and sat down. At the next stop, a strong, grumpy young lady climbed up and sat down beside the old woman, hitting her with her numerous bags. When she saw that the elderly woman remained silent, the young woman asked her why she had not complained when she hit her with her bags. The elderly woman replied with a smile, "There is no need to be rude or discuss something so insignificant, as our journey together is so short because I am going to get off at the next stop." This answer deserves to be written in gold letters. There is no need to discuss something so insignificant because our journey together is too short. Each of us must understand that our time in this world is so short, that darkening it with useless arguments, jealousy, not forgiving others, discontentment, and bad attitudes are a ridiculous waste of time and energy. Did someone break your heart? Stay calm. The trip is too short. Did someone betray, intimidate, cheat, or humiliate you? Relax. Don't stress. The trip is too short. Did someone insult you without reason? Shake it off. Ignore it. The trip is too short. Did a neighbor make a comment that you didn't like? Take a deep breath. Ignore him, her. Forgive and forget it. The trip is too short. Whatever problem someone has brought us, remember that our journey together is too short. No one knows the length of our trip. Nobody knows when it will arrive at its stop. Our trip together is short.
There was a farmer who grew excellent quality corn. Every year he won the award for the best grown corn. One year a newspaper reporter interviewed him and learned something interesting about how he grew it. The reporter discovered that the farmer shared his seed corn with his neighbors. "How can you afford to share your best seed corn with your neighbors when they are entering corn in competition with yours each year?" the reporter asked. "Why, sir," said the farmer, "didn't you know? The wind picks up pollen from the ripening corn and swirls it from field to field. If my neighbors grow inferior corn, cross-pollination will steadily degrade the quality of my corn. If I am to grow good corn, I must help my neighbors grow good corn. So is with our lives. Those who want to live meaningfully and well must help enrich the lives of others. For the value of a life is measured by the lives it touches. And those who choose to be happy must help others find happiness. For the welfare of each is bound up with the welfare of all."
5 ways to succeed. Number 1. Set clear goals. Define what you want to achieve and create a roadmap to reach your goals. Number 2. Develop a growth mindset. Cultivating a growth mindset is crucial for success. Embrace challenges and see them as opportunities for learning and growing. Embrace failure as a stepping stone for success and see setback as temporary obstacles. Number 3. Take action and persist. Avoid procrastination and take consistent steps towards your goals. When things get tough, remember that success comes from perseverance and resilience. Number 4. Continuously learn and improve. Successful individuals are lifelong learners. Number 5. Build a strong relationship. Success is not achieved in isolation. So surround yourself with positive and supportive people who can inspire and motivate you. But before all this, put God first in everything you do. Because everything we need in this life is in the hands of God.
If you expect the world to be fair to you because you are fair, you're fooling yourself. That's like expecting the lion not to eat you because you didn't eat him. Listen. I need you to understand this. Bravery is not the absence of fear. Bravery is feeling fear and moving forward anyway. If you think the price of winning is too high, Wait till you get the bill from regret. And that bill from regret is generation. When it feels scary to jump in, that's exactly when to jump. Otherwise, you end up staying in the same place your whole life.